It is the fucking trick.
Yeah, do it. Just do it.
F it.
Hello, welcome to Brandon Recommends. Today I'm going to be talking about, can you see that? RoboCop, Paul Verhoeven, Peter Weller, Nancy Allen, Kurtwood Smith, Miguel Ferrer, all these actors, all these people. Anyway, let's start off at the top. RoboCop, 1987. This was my Superman growing up. Funny enough to say, I was probably about 5 years old when I first saw RoboCop, an R-18 film. I remember kind of watching it at that age as well. You know, I saw a lot of things I probably shouldn't have when I was really little, like Terminator and Aliens and all these sorts of stuff, you know.
Is that what happened to you?
If you can't already tell, you know, I'm already severely damaged. COVID ain't got shit on me. Experiencing this as a child, you know, this sort of spoke to me. You know, this was the hero I needed. This is the hero that made sense to me because it wasn't sugar-coated. It wasn't too goody-goody. It had such darkness to it. It had realness to it. It had grit. When you're a boy, you know, you love guns. You know, you're running around shooting your friends, you know, with imaginary guns, or you're shooting each other. And there was Superman, there was Batman, there was all these 80s stuff that had come out. But, you know, I liked them, but RoboCop was the entertaining one. That was the one I'd just want to watch. And I had toys of it. It's funny that, you know, they had toys, you know, for kids for an R-18 film. Like,
making some money, mate.
the film is definitely not for kids.
Capitalism.
Paul Verhoeven, very well known for the gore, the blood. And that's what I loved about his films growing up. Total Recall, RoboCop. You got Peter Weller. This guy should have been in more stuff, but I just would have always loved to have seen him in more films that I'd watched. And I mean, he did stuff like Naked Lunch and Dreamers and Buckaroo Banzai. Stuff that I also really love. But RoboCop's where it's at. That was my fucking jam. It doesn't hold back. It doesn't hold back any punches. Still to this day, for me, it's one of the tightest films, edited wise. My partner, you know, she's seen me watch it. She thinks it's silly and she just can't sort of get over the 80s aesthetic of it. But, you know, maybe you have to grow up with this kind of thing to really appreciate it. And, you know, I scratch my head and wonder if kids these days would actually sit there and watch it and think, wow, that's a really cool film. Because, you know, you got the new one that came out, which I probably shouldn't even mention. You've got CGI all over the place, you know, in films these days. They had to work within budgets, you know, and not 200 million plus budgets. This stuff was quite small and they had to do what they had to do. And not only that, you had Peter Weller. This guy had to learn how to express and act through a suit, you know, very uncomfortable, overheating all the time, very hot. He's a very hot guy. Yeah. Actors at that stage, I mean, they still do it, you know, they have to act through prosthetics and makeup and suits and whatnot, like the guy in the Predator suit. But Peter Weller having to be in the RoboCop suit was like another whole new level because his face was partially exposed. He had to do the voice, you know, and be able to carry this robotic voice at the same time as the robotic movements, you know, the way he'd just move. Nailed it. I think he learned from a mime artist and I think ballet. He did like stuff like that to kind of prepare himself and figure out the movements and how a robot cyborg should sort of move. I think it's still one of the best portrayals of a cyborg on film to this day, and very hard to fill his shoes, to be honest. If they were to recast a RoboCop, it has never worked as well and it will never work as well. RoboCop's a product of its time, and what a wonderful product it is because it summarizes that in a nutshell. You've got the grittiness of the backdrop of the story. I don't want to go into the story at all because it's already been talked about and discussed about by everyone on the planet, every YouTuber on the internet, from Chris Stuckman. I don't know if he's done RoboCop, but he should. You've got Red Letter Media that I've probably mentioned it a million times. You know, off-the-shelf reviews, which I've watched a lot of times, and them guys probably need more subs and likes. They've got more than we do, but they're awesome, so check them out. Oliver Harper's old channel, you know, he had Richard on there. That, you know, RoboCop's one of his favourite films in Valverde Broadcasting. But right now, RoboCop, this film from top to bottom is just beautiful. And I love it. I love it dearly. It's probably one of my favourite films of all time. Richard Jackson. So let's celebrate RoboCop. It needs to be in the public conscious more. I know they've tried to remake it with the guy who did District 9 of recent times. What was his name again? Neil Blomkamp. Neil Blomkamp, I would have loved to have seen your version of RoboCop just for shits and gigs because you did Chappie and you did pretty well with that. You proved you can do robots, you proved you can do all that stuff. But hey, Paul Verhoeven, Starship Troopers. The other film that he did, fuck man, 97 that shit came out and it still stands up today. Total Recall, fucking RoboCop, mate. RoboCop, you know, 1987, a year before I was even born. Hard to imagine, you know, I put myself back into my 5-year-old shoes again watching this film. You got the swearing too, so maybe that's why I swear so much.
Thank you for your cooperation. Good night.
Thanks for watching Brandon Recommends. I'd love to see you comment and give me, you know, your take, give me your love, your passion. Tell me something I don't know. Prove me wrong. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Fucking what? Nah. You know the stuff that they rig up with blood and then explode? Thanks for watching Mini Academy Online. If you'd like to explore more about content, click on this or click on that. Like and subscribe, thumbs up, ring bells, do a dance, sing a song, drink a hot cup of tea or coffee, and I'll see you in the next one.